Hi everyone, my name's Steve Flanders, and I'm a Solutions Architect on the vCenter Log Insight product team at VMware. And I'd like to talk to you today about how to upgrade to the latest version of Log Insight that was recently released, being version 2.0 GA. So what I have for you here is a 2.0 beta version, and as long as you're running Log Insight 1.5 GA or newer, you can upgrade to the new 2.0 GA build. If you're running an older version of Log Insight, you will need to upgrade to version 1.5 GA first, and then upgrade to the 2.0 GA version. Now, I won't be covering how to upgrade the older versions, but be sure to check out the VMware documentation as it clearly outlines the steps depending on the previous version that you are running. So you can download the pack file, which is the file necessary to upgrade an existing Log Insight instance, from the VMware Downloads page. And after you've downloaded it, I would highly recommend that you perform an MD5 checksum just to validate that it matches the checksum available on the Downloads page. Because if you don't get a complete download, you will run into issues. The most common one being that when you attempt to perform an upgrade, it'll say something like manifest file cannot be found. That's usually a very good indication that the pack file you downloaded is not complete. Now, newer versions of Log Insight are made freely available for those of you that have already purchased the Log Insight product. So VMware and the Log Insight team would highly recommend that you upgrade to the latest version as soon as you're comfortable, of course going through your proper change management procedures, as well as testing this in your development or test environment prior to rolling it out into your production environment. Now to upgrade, we can do it through the HTML5 interface like most activities in Log Insight. We just need to be logged in as an administrator user, which I currently am. And what we need to do is go ahead and select the gear icon in the upper right hand corner and move to the administration page, and then select the appliance tab. Now from here I can select to upload a pack file and select the pack file appropriate, and then select the upgrade button. And you do get a nice little notification here. If you haven't seen it before, the most important step to realize is that we do recommend that you perform a snapshot of the virtual appliance before proceeding, just in case you run into any issues. If you're not comfortable with the snapshot, you can perform a full virtual appliance backup, as you will need the majority of the data on the virtual appliance, so there's no real file level backup necessary. So I'll go ahead and select the upgrade button here, and you'll see that it's uploading the pack file. One thing to note here, if you are attempting to connect to a Log Insight instance over a WAN or over a VPN, this progress bar may move relatively slowly depending on your internet connection. So my recommendation would be to perform the upgrade through a browser that is relatively close or in a LAN to the actual Log Insight instance. Now, of course, we would have to go ahead here and accept the end user license agreement. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then you'll see that the upgrade is currently in progress. Now, do note that you should not refresh or leave this page because you will not get a status upgrade message presented to you here. Now, the upgrade will still continue to work in the background. You just won't know when it's done. So this process can take a minute or two to complete. And when it's done, it will actually log you out and bring you back to the login page as the Log Insight process is restarted. And this is more for a security measure to have you re-authenticate with the system. So we'll just wait here, and it should bring us to the login page momentarily. We can then go ahead and re-enter our credentials, and once we do, it should give us a successful upgrade notification, including the build number that we've upgraded to. Once we select OK, we're done. The upgrade is complete, and your instance can be used again. So there is some minor downtime here while the upgrade finishes because the Log Insight process is restarted. And actually, on the notification when you selected to upgrade the pack file, it did also warn you that if you're running an older version of ESXi, specifically 5.0 or 5.1, certain versions of 5.0 and 5.1 had issues where if a remote syslog destination became unavailable, then they would stop sending syslog messages to any remote syslog destination until the syslog process was restarted on the ESXi host. So be sure to check if you're running those older versions of ESXi. If you are, make sure to go back to the vSphere integration page or however you configured your hypervisors to forward logs to Log Insight, and be sure to reconfigure the syslog process on your hypervisors so that you continue to receive events in Log Insight. Now I'll be covering all the other features available in the 2.0 GA through other video presentations here in the next couple of weeks. I'd encourage you to go ahead and take a look at my blog if you have additional questions about Log Insight, as I will be posting a lot of information on my blog, and that is sflanders.net. Feel free to also follow me on Twitter. My handle is smflanders. I will hopefully be posting some pro tips on there on a relatively regular basis. So here we are, and get the splash screen to log in, and you can see that the upgrade was successful. You'll also notice that the UI looks a little different here. This is part of the 2.0 GA experience. We select OK, and you can see that we have upgraded successfully.